The murder of Irina Sarutska, the Ukrainian lady who fled the war in Ukraine to find peace in the United States, especially in Charlotte, North Carolina, and was murdered in the train by a monster, has taken an even darker turn because all the mainstream media and even the authorities want to literally burn this so nobody notices, nobody talks about this, nobody finds out about what happened. This is so blatant. I'm speechless because at first I thought that there was some kind of hyperbole or exaggeration, that there was absolutely no coverage about this event. Was on video, captured on video, and zero Associated Press stories, zero PBS stories, New York Times, NPR, Wall Street Journal, BBC, CNN, Washington Post, Reuters, MSNBC. None of them are covering this. None of them are even mentioning this. There's a list of all the news networks who have not covered the Charlotte, North Carolina story. New York Times, CNN, Washington Post, MSNBC, and NPR. They want to literally make it go away. And there's some, there's further proof. It's like this comparison, of course, that the George Floyd thing happened a while ago, and the murder of Irina was basically recent. But it's incredible when you search an Associated Press and you find 75,000 articles about George Floyd and exactly zero results about Irina Sarutska. I mean, there's no report of this happening. So there's no report of this mentioning her identity or anything. They want to, it is obvious that it goes against the narrative, right? And there's a very good explanation. I'm gonna jump here because Lucas Computer on X has the perfect explanation of this phenomenon, and I'm sure that this applies to every similar incident. This is a totally unwinnable story for them, the left-wing media. If you're a left-wing spin doctor, this is basically worst-case scenario. Number one, completely savage, unprovoked murder with zero room for debate, all on video. Number two, obviously thuggish black perp with a zillion prior convictions let off by judges who don't believe in prison or black crime. Number three, attractive girl slaughtered because she didn't know the secret unspoken rules about who not to sit by. And I told you in that video that even if I see a guy, even if it's a white guy in a hoodie, I'm sitting at the far end, at the back of the bus, at the far end of the bus or the train. No, I need to keep people keep an eye on people, and not just bury my face on the phone. Again, this is not to blame the victims. This is to have situational awareness that can literally save your life. Also, victim literally a Ukrainian refugee who managed to escape a war only to be killed using basic American public transit. And what's even, more hypocritical is that all those accounts you see on X, you can in your bio on X, you can add flags and have all these sorts of flags, the usual, the LGBT flag, the Palestinian flag, the Ukraine flag. You have all these flags, and you have the Ukraine flag, and they say nothing about this. There's absolutely nothing about this. Complete silence. This is disgusting. Blatantly disgusting. I have no words. Incident much more representative of what crime in the US looks like than any recent left-wing outrage case. Cannot be hand-waved as a fluke. Every left-wing propagandist who touches this is doxing as a huge retard. There's no other word. And yes, the problem is the overrepresentation of black males in what it comes to violence in the United States. And that is a conversation that needs to happen. And there's a lot of people in the United States who want to have that conversation, including black men that I follow on it's like Zeke Arkham. I follow Zeke, an ex-cop on X. He wants to have the conversation. He knows that conversation has to happen, but so many people know they want to sweep that under a rug. No, that is not happening. That is racist. That is racist. And sadly, I have to tell you, as I was mentioning in the other video, so many times we could be polite and call it situational awareness, because it is in a global way. It is situational awareness can save you from any threat, even from cars that are swerving outside of the road and can just kill you in an instant, or maybe wild animals, or maybe it's everything. Situational awareness helps for everything. But sometimes we need to be clear about this. This is something that we also knew back in Venezuela, is that sometimes being, the right amount of racist can save your life. Right? You see a guy that, oh no, you cross the street, you go to the other sidewalk. Oh, if I go to the other sidewalk, I will look like a racist. So be it. So be it. You have to have some kind of common sense. I understand the statistics are there for a reason. And again, I am not saying, nobody's saying that every single black male in the United States is a threat. But there is a disproportionate representation of threats and violence in black males in the United States. So that's a reality. And unless people understand that reality and understand that some people simply cannot belong in society, and how come you are arrested 13, 14 times and released 14 times. That guy was released 14 times. I don't know if the 13 times, more than 10 times. Some people are saying, hey, you know what? They should apply. We were talking in my previous video. I just recorded my video about the UAE and how the laws work in the UAE. And some people, it's like Alexander Cortez was saying, we should apply the 3 strikes and you're out. Well, essentially, you commit 3 crimes of any kind, and you are executed. Like 3 strikes is like YouTube. 3 strikes and you're out. Does that sound excessive? And what do you prefer? Do you prefer crime to just run rampant, and when crime of black on white happens, it gets completely swept under the rug? Because, oh no, you cannot say that. You are not allowed to say that. This is disgusting. Reuters has written 0 articles about Irina Zarutska. This is pathetic. And Wikipedia, which of course I no longer use. I make fun of AI. The AI, when you ask things, even to Grok on Twitter, on X, they take the information from Reddit and Wikipedia. Those are the main sources. And in Wikipedia, there are people literally voting to remove the article of the killing of Irina Zarutska. Understand the length that they are going to make this go away, to make this disappear. Because it seems that no, black men can do no harm. It's only white men who can harm black men. And by the way, it's something that also has to be said, that the majority of the violence of black men is on black men themselves. So it's something that should be addressed so they, stop killing themselves. It is in their best interest, actually, that conversation. So we keep moving that. Trump is already aware of this. It seems that he's going to maybe say some words or do something about it. We still don't know, but there was one article about Axios, thanks to Brianna Morello for updating us on this. This was one article from Axios, and this is the headline. This is the headline, how they frame this murder. Grisly Charlotte stabbing video fuels MAGA's crime message. I'm going to repeat that. You heard that well, but I'm going to repeat it. Grisly Charlotte stabbing video fuels MAGA's crime message. They found a way to make this about some kind of MAGA complaint. This is the media. And the media, the mainstream media, deserves the slow and painful death that is happening before our eyes. We are the media now. We on X, here on YouTube, we are the media now. And that is a good thing. Because it's thanks to us that you find out about this horrific stuff that is happening. And the conversations that are not taking place. Furthermore, the mayor of Charlotte blames the savage stabbing of an innocent woman on mental health disease, which she says should be treated with compassion in the same way that we treat cancer, says Matt Walsh. Mental health has become an excuse for all human evil. That was always the intention. The psychiatric industry is a plague on mankind. And words from Clint Russell, the 9-minute video of George Floyd was played on a loop for months as our cities burned to the ground. But what happened to the Irina Saruska? They want to act like it never happened. The United States cannot go any longer like this. I would love to know what you think about this in the comments. My name is Jesus Enrique Rosas. I'm the Bar Language Guy. Much love and bliss.